Talking all things, fighting like a dream that never ends. The fighter in you brings out the fighter in me. Shake it off and take your corner, time to shout out. The fighter in
Welcome back, friends, to another episode of the Mighty Shoutout Podcast. Look who we got in the house. Couple dynamic duo champions from Dunamis. Man, I had that line. I totally screwed that up. Sorry, boys.
Redo it. Cut the tape, rewind it.
Take two.
Rewind. The dynamic duo from Dunamis. Deval Garvey. Quinn Wasylak. Thanks for coming in, fellas. How you guys doing?
Doing fantastic, man.
Doing
Happy to be
well,
here.
man. It's good to be here.
Yeah,
Thanks for having us.
Always, fellas. And like I've said to you guys before, you're one of the few that anytime matter of fact, you're the ones like, hey, man, so when am I coming back on?
Yeah.
Let's do it. I told you guys, I do have a few guests out there, a few people that are, hey, man, I want on. Listen, for now, knock on wood, this is still a hobby. So I don't get paid for this. I just take this one podcast at a time. So I'll get to you, I promise. If you sent me a message, I'll make it happen, I promise.
He's saying you're not good enough yet.
Don't say that. That's not true. All right, fellas. Well, as you can see in the front of the table here, we have a couple 1-2 shiny WBC title belts. Let's talk about that real quick. First of all, Deval, we'll start with you. How does it feel to be the champ?
It feels great, honestly. It's I can't be cliche and say it's something that I always dreamed about because honestly it wasn't.
Sure.
I didn't think I'd get this far.
Sure.
I started off on this journey just enjoying fights and maybe I'd be able to go pro someday.
Quinn, can you pull that mic just a touch down? Like, or even just like tilt it.
Tilt it?
Yeah, beauty.
Okay.
We can hear you breathing real good.
Oh, yeah. I'll move away then.
That's all right. Or like literally, you can pull it. Yep, exactly.
Okay.
Just don't breathe.
Give me 1 sec, man. I got you. It'll tighten up on the sides.
Sorry,
there.
I'm new at this.
Aye, me too, man. Don't worry. These things can tighten up.
And for those who are worried, I was just joking earlier. Everyone's good enough to be here.
Of course.
No, you weren't joking.
There we go.
I'm always joking.
Yeah, so I apologize here. So, a dream come true, like you were saying, right?
Yeah.
So, you've won some other titles before.
Yep. I've had the honor of going on to the TBA twice.
Yep.
Managed to win C class and B class. Was hoping to make a clean sweep, but COVID kind of caught in the way.
Yep.
But I actually won another amateur title and fought and won against the guy who had also won TBA A class.
Oh, okay.
So in my mind, my little, hidden calendar there, I'll call that a clean sweep.
There you go. Yeah. Is this that title sitting there? Does that one mean the most out of the titles you have?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Why is that?
Again, this is like not just for me, but for anyone in Muay Thai. This is the title that means something, right?
Sure.
I find a lot of titles you can say they can be fairly conditional. Mm-hmm. No offense to anybody. I once fought for a Canadian Prairies title.
Right.
If I ask Quinn on the street who's the current
Canadian
WMC Canadian Prairies champion, no one's gonna know.
Right.
Whereas the WBC, again, it means something.
Yeah. There's some prestige that comes with it for sure. Now you guys won these titles on the same night. Quinn, how about you? How does it feel being the champ? This is your second crack at it, or
Second
third,
crack.
really third, right? Because the weigh-in situation out east.
Oh, yeah, I guess. I didn't even factor that. Yeah, it's a dream come true, man.
Yeah.
I mean, from the first day I started, just seeing guys before me like Scott McKenzie, Mark McKinnon win these prestigious belts, it was always something that I wanted to have happen for myself. And when it finally became a reality, it was just a very special, almost indescribable feeling.
Yeah.
A lot of emotion came with it, but it feels good, right? And it feels like this is just the beginning too,
right?
In a lot of ways. So
right. Definitely want to talk about that as well.
Yeah.
So why the emotion? Was it like I got there, I did it, or is there more about that?
Yeah, and just the trials and tribulations, the path that it took to get to this point.
Yeah.
Obviously, fighting and losing to Cody Jerome back in 2022, my first professional loss, which humbled me a great deal and forced me to go back to the drawing board and get better and work my way back to this point. And that was a long road. It took a couple years, ups and downs along the way. Both personal and just in my career. But I was able to, keep my head above water and make it happen. So
Yeah. Just have no doubt about it.
yeah,
You know
and
what
it's a
you're about.
beautiful belt, man. I mean,
Damn right.
I remember I brought, like, my dad was saying, like, that is such a fucking gorgeous belt, you know. So excuse my French.
No, man, please. You can say whatever you want. Fuck
You know,
tits,
like
shit,
Deval said, there's a lot of prestige with this WBC promotion with these belts. So
Yeah. Right on.
having one for myself is feels pretty damn good.
Yeah, looks good on you too.
Thank you.
Yeah, and Deval, you had a bit of a, I mentioned it plenty of times on the podcast, a bit of kind of weird fighty quarrel thing in your division there. When the call finally came, like, listen, you're going to be the guy. Like, I know Jay Davis, and he, you know, fought you instead, but like, and then there was Tyson. There was a bit of a thing there.
Yeah.
When you finally knew, like, okay, because we've had a few conversations. Like, it's your time. You know, you're fighting for the title. How did it feel just knowing that, like, okay, I really am next? How did that feel?
Honestly, I tried to not put that part in my mind too much up until after I got it.
Okay. Probably for the better. Why put the extra pressure on?
Right. And I'm never pressured. I'm never anything but relaxed when I step into the ring. And I just realized that I didn't want to risk throwing a spanner into the works.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Wanted to just kind of keep it out of mind until it was there.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. No, I got you, man. I got you. What's it like training with I don't care what you say. Good try. Now that I think about it, good. No, it's just another fight. Come on, you know that's in the back of your mind, that green belt right there. What was it like training both of you guys together, knowing, you know, what's at stake on a big night? Was there anything special that happened between you guys, like, you know, extra push, just knowing what's at stake? The gym, you know, 2 titles one night, you know, 2 guys. Was there some extra push with each other, or you know what I'm getting at? What was it like training knowing you're both fighting on the same night for the same title?
Well, for sure there was extra push. I mean, him and I were working, you know, extra hard, I would say. Right,
Yeah.
we were hitting pads twice a week with each other, game planning with each other as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was really a fire lit in both of us, I'd say, this last camp, and it was good. We were both helping each other out. You know, we had each other's backs, and game planning for each other, like what teammates do.
Yeah.
So there was for sure an extra fire in this last camp.
Was there an extra feeling of camaraderie because of what's at stake?
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
Nice.
And
Nice.
then for those who don't know, I had fought the person Quinn fought and won against for the title. Quinn had also fought Tyson Green, and compared to most of our teammates, had a more of a similar style
Yep.
compared to some of them. So it was just great, right?
Yep.
Best
Yeah.
little secret weapon we could both have.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like we have such different styles in a way that can really help us work on holes in our game, right?
Yep. Yeah, for
And
sure.
improve in areas that we certainly lack, right? Like I can say certainly working with Deval, my clinch game's gotten a lot better.
As it will. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like when you first came, like I was like, "Fuck, this guy wants to clinch again," right? And but over the years, like I've felt drastic improvements in my clinch game
Nice.
because of this guy. So
Nice. Listen, I have all sorts of fun questions to ask, but while you're on the subject there, how about you? What have you taken from working with Quinn?
Same, I mean, everyone got to see it last fight. I didn't have hands when I moved to Calgary.
Okay.
Like,
okay.
if you saw my fights before, I was a kick and clinch specialist.
So okay, let me ask you. So are you saying you didn't use your hands or you didn't have hands?
Depends on who you ask. Depends on which
I'm
my
asking
old
you.
coaches. I didn't use them and I didn't trust them.
I got you.
They were
Yeah.
my weakness.
Yeah.
I think like the first day I showed up to Dunamis, there was a right hand I ate from Quinn that made me rethink some life decisions and showed me some things, hand stars, a lot of those. And so especially for this last fight, knowing that like Tyson, primarily a boxer,
Yep.
right? Got to walk into this fight knowing I could match him. Got to walk into this fight knowing that no one is going to hit me as hard as Quinn does.
Right.
Especially with the old 16-ounce gloves.
Yeah.
16-ounce gloves he used to have.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
oh yeah, I had these old pair of Sabras. I think I had them for like 2 years. Really nice gloves, like
Right.
they were lace ups and everything. And I used them for like 2 years, and then I think the last like 5 months I had them, people were like, "Dude, like, what are you hitting me with? Like, I can feel your knuckles in those things." I'm like, they're fine, but
They're
they're
60
pretty worn
ounces
out.
as the foam's falling up the bottom.
Yeah, no, yeah.
What was it like? I do specifically want to speak about the fights, but what was it like fighting at the Muay Thai World Cup in a bit of a different place? Like it was tight in there, and I know one of the things you guys said is when you're the next fight, it really sucked balls that like everyone's staring at you, they're walking by you, they're hitting you, oh good luck, and and of course later in the night, alcohol, besides that, I guess, or we can talk about that. But what was it like? What was it like just being in a different venue? Period. I just take this little corner. Like I get this much room. So when everyone's like, it was busy, it was packed. I'm like, I have no idea, to be honest. Yeah. What was it like?
I like the new venue. I mean, it's smaller, more intimate.
Yeah.
But good energy. Fighting in the mountains too was really quite a special feeling. Being from Alberta, I really liked it. But yeah, when they walked us out, that's the thing I had issues with because I was thinking like they would walk us out and we'd be in like a back room like you usually are, right? Kind of waiting to have your name called. But they brought us out like right in the room there. So like and we were right after the intermission, Jason and I. So people are like coming back into the venue and they're walking right by you. I'm standing right next to Jason and his team, and we're almost like in the bar line. Like the bar line's like right behind us. There's people lined up to get drinks and stuff, and people are walking by me like, "Hey man, like what's up? Like you fighting next?" I'm like, "Fuck no shit." Like,
not in the mood,
and I'm like,
pal.
I do not need this right now, man. I'm trying to stay focused. Luckily, I had Jake right in my ear, and he was like, just keeping me in check. But I was like, "Fuck, man! Like this is why am I not in a back room right now?"
Yeah, you're a spectacle.
That kind of threw me off a bit. But I mean, once my walkout song played and I started walking, it was tunnel vision
back
from
to business.
There. So yeah, back to business.
Yeah. How about you, Deval?
And similar, like one thing I like to do right before I walk out is actually just a little bit of play sparring. Just get the eyes and mind sharp. And same, it's kind of awkward when you're like squished behind the crowd. You're about that far away from your opponent,
right?
And I don't actually have room to like start throwing kicks or anything,
right?
But like same, it's at the end of the day, it's minor inconveniences. Like again, both of us professionals.
That's it.
It's game time. We showed up.
Yeah,
doesn't
and
matter the little road bumps, but
Way she goes.
Yeah,
that's it. It's the way she goes.
But I definitely with like yeah. But especially with how many fights there were, like how much was going on, I could see, especially if you're newer, like your first time fighting full rules, it could be I don't want to say it could be a distraction.
Yeah, a little daunting.
Yeah,
I could see that as well.
It's one thing going from your own like little back room where you have these, however long it takes to just have peace and quiet and like brace for everything.
Yeah.
As opposed to needing to have that realization while you're in the crowd watching the fight,
right,
and like already kind of being in that energy.
Yeah, that's a good call. Yeah, totally. But I don't know about how you guys operate in the back, but I used to coach Chris and Chris McMillan. Shout out to you and
CMAC.
There you go. And it was always the last probably about 15 minutes where like there were no more words spoken. It was quiet and. He'd pace and do his thing. He'd look at me and nod his head, which usually like, let's hit a few more pads. And then he would stop when he wanted. Like at that point, it's about you, not about me, man. We'll do what you need to do. And you're in your own universe back there. You hear what's going on. I'm putting myself in that place now. It's been a while, but you're right. And if you're already in that space, you're stealing that energy. Like that's a good call, man. Like you shouldn't be feeling that until you hit that adrenaline rush, that crowd, the noise, right? Like you should feel that on the way out. Man, that's a good point. If that's exactly the point you're trying to make, I don't know. Okay, let's talk about the fights themselves. So, Jay Davis, I got to interview you guys. Respectful as always. You guys are consummate professionals. Been around, this scene for a very long time. Now that we're on the other side of this, going into this fight, what can you share with us that you felt like this is where I'm going to take this fight to?
Yeah, well, my main focus was just making him feel uncomfortable straight from the get-go.
A+.
Keeping pressure on him, keeping him on the back foot, right? And then just cutting him off, stalking him, and getting him on the ropes, and then just letting my hands go. And I honestly wasn't expecting to have as much success as I did with my elbows. And even with the clinch, I thought he was going to be a little stronger in the clinch. Whenever he did clinch me up, he would just kind of tie me up. He wouldn't really score much, and then I was able to sweep him. So I thought I did a good job at nullifying that. And yeah, but that was the game plan. pressure, make him feel uncomfortable, make him not want to be in there, and just wear him down
And so
until
when
he quit.
So then when you look at the result, plan to work to a T.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Almost flawlessly.
Yeah,
I would
agreed.
say.
Agreed.
Yeah. I ate a couple low kicks. Some I should have checked,
Yeah.
But that's fighting, right? You're going to get hit sometimes. So
You're never going to block them all.
yeah.
Yeah. And please don't expect to.
Yeah.
So and no disrespect to Jay either. Great dude. I'm a friend of the show, but you definitely, man, right from the get go, there was an uncomfortable sense from him for sure. Were you feeling that, or were you just sticking to what you were thinking? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And I fed on that too. Right.
Okay.
I realized that pretty quickly, and in past fights I've kind of taken my time. I've been a little too patient. Right. And I didn't want to do that this time.
Sure.
I just wanted to keep it going, keep the momentum going, keep the waves flowing.
Yeah.
And I think that's why the outcome was what it was.
Sure. Another way I might have I don't know if I described it. It's hard to say when you're commentating to describe something like this, but I think the other thing that you did a good job of is, and I think this is such a big part of fighting. Well, you guys know this, of course, but momentum. Like, don't let them get any momentum. If they start it, you got to shut it off. You got to, and at no point was he able to get a scent of momentum. I thought he did such a good job. Of course, there was pressure and keeping pressure on, but you could tell that there was anytime there was even a spark of a possible momentum shift his way, you shut it down immediately.
Yeah.
And man, that's huge.
That's the huge thing about fighting. There could be zero room for complacency.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. And then momentum turns into body language, right? And then obviously the shark smells blood in the water, right? Deval, how about you, man? Third go with Tyson Green. Yep. Very different fight than I expected. Probably everybody else.
Yeah.
How about you? Did you expect a fight like that?
I wasn't too sure. It was hard because once you fought someone twice, once you fought someone for the third time, like it's easy to get complacent, right?
Sure.
Especially given how like the first two scraps went.
Yes.
But I was always reminding myself that he was at a new gym, he's at a new spot. Like he had the belt, he had more motivation, so to try to not draw on that too much.
Yep. Yeah, you mentioned that to me off camera and just conversation, right? Yeah, you were very aware of that. Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot the second part of what you just asked. Sorry.
Well, just in general, just how was it going in there for a third time with the same opponent, and what was the fight? It didn't go the way I expected. Did it go the way you expected?
No, definitely not. Like the biggest change he made was, like, for lack of a better term, heart, willpower.
Yeah.
Like, the man had grit and spades, and he definitely made a lot of really good, like, small technical improvements too. He, like, especially early on, I think he actually caught me and was countering off my kick before I started using my boxing a little bit more.
Right.
And his clinch was much better. He did a really good job shutting down my elbows.
Yes. Agreed.
So I think you mentioned it as his clinch really, really leveled up because he knew that he had nullified mine.
Yeah.
But my boxing thankfully leveled up enough that I could still put my hands on him.
Right.
And have a lot of success there.
And kicking, man, kicking those arms. Good God. I could hear Chris in the corner just kick.
Yeah.
Kick. How and so grade yourself for me. How would you grade that performance?
I'll admit, as soon as the fight was done, I was really unhappy with my performance.
Why is that?
There was a few key things that my coach at Jake wanted me to throw in the fight that I just didn't throw.
Okay.
And like in between every corner, it's kind of a joke now, but in between every corner, he sat down and he said the exact same thing. And I nod my head and he goes, "Cool. Remember, we just said this last time. Are you going to do it this time?" And I nod my head. And I just didn't do it. Right. He was saying, trail the head kick behind a right hand. And I did it with a body kick. Or I threw my right hand, pause, and then head kick.
Right.
But it's just like these little things I just didn't do.
Sure.
Right. So whenever I'm not listening to my coaches, that's not exactly a passing grade.
Yeah, and you know how it is when you're playing Nintendo and for some reason the controller doesn't work.
Yeah.
Come on.
But now that I've watched the fight, I'm a lot happier with it.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things I wanted to do was prove that I could obviously do more than just clinch. And I was able to land kicks, low kicks, my right hand, knees to the head, elbows.
Yeah.
Had a nice little score sheet. That's the first time I've landed a body punch in a fight.
Is it what?
24 fights, and I've never thrown a punch to the body.
Come on now.
Yeah, might have to edit that out. People are going to be really mad, but
Yeah,
I was a knee fighter. Why would I punch there when I could knee there?
Right. Yeah, for sure. That makes sense.
No, it was a good fight though. It could be easy to be overcritical of yourself,
course.
right? Because dude, I thought you were gonna finish that fight in the first round.
Yeah.
I mean, which only goes to show you how tough Tyson is.
Yeah.
But there were moments where I'm like, fuck, like this is done. And then, so, I mean, you did really well. That was a clear unanimous win. So
Yeah. And shout out to Tyson. I'm a fan, man.
Yeah.
He's hard as fuck.
Tyson's a G.
That was great.
And literally modern day samurai, like I gave him that name. The guy's down to fight, period. You know, just go to war. I mean, respect. I don't know what else to say.
And honestly, I can't wait for his next one. Like, I can't wait for him to fight again and like show how much he's grown from the Jason fight, even to the last time I fought him, to this fight. A lot of big differences.
Yeah.
Right. If he continues learning from the gym he's at now, I think this next fight's gonna be really exciting.
Well, and that's something I wanted to say about you guys too. I was really impressed with because I've got to commentate, if not watch you guys commentate pretty much all your fights around here, and the maturity growth just from the last couple to like this one it was impressive. Like something I thought of about you, and I wanted to ask this. Something you said in the last one was, or maybe it was even privately, to be honest, where you said you were working on, or an interview. I can't remember. You're working on way more shadow boxing.
Yeah.
Why? Why you, like, specifically?
Well, I don't. Shadowboxing has always been one of those things where it's like I'll do a couple rounds as a warm up thing.
Of course.
You know,
We always fluff it off to the side.
Yeah. I was like, it's not as important. Like I've always been good with bag work. Like I do tons of bag work. More so than pad work. I do bag work more than anything, right? Which I think is really important. But shadow boxing is, it's always something I've kind of, or even when I've done, like I've committed to it and I've done 10 rounds, I'll kind of just coast through it, you know, with no real purpose or like focal point or something to work on, right?
Yes.
I just kind of get through the rounds, right? And then, okay, I'm off to my next thing.
Yeah.
So as of late, that's something I've really been trying to do more of, breaking things down too, and just working specific combos or specific, principles, right?
Yeah.
And I've definitely felt my game level up because of that.
What did you feel level up? Like shadow boxing, and you'll hear all the old-time greats boxers, 85% of the game was shadow boxing. You know, we barely hit shit for like 2 years. We were shadow boxing. And, of course, mobility, balance, structure, your stance, having snap. But what did you specifically notice?
Footwork is the
yeah.
biggest thing. Yeah. Footwork with my punching, with my angles, and then balance as well. Because when you're hitting the bag, you're hitting pads, like you're always like hitting something.
It stops you.
It kind of stops you, right? So sometimes, it gives you that false confidence or that false understanding of range, right?
Yeah.
Where like you feel like you're in range, but you're not, right? And so a lot of the times in the past, I'd feel like I was in range, and so I would throw things when I really wasn't in range. Right?
You were in range for the pads.
Yeah, exactly, right? And I was forcing things a lot.
Agreed.
So taking a step back and, putting more emphasis on that in shadow boxing and trying to get a better understanding of range, how to work my way in, how to exit properly. I felt like I was just I had a better understanding of what to throw when.
Sure. Coming from a WBC champ, kids, I believe they call that working on fundamentals. Well done.
Don't neglect those.
That's right, man. They're everything.
Yeah.
Deval, what about you? I mean, like your hands, like was this, when you knew this fight was coming up, was this like, all right, me and you were going to have a good relationship? Was it a forced thing, or was this like a want, like where did those hands come from in such a short amount of time? I guess is what I'm asking.
And a lot of it was fundamentals, especially like having Chris around. I had a lot of pad work with him throughout this year.
Yeah.
Like a good example is my right kick's always been like a pretty big thing, but it wasn't until the fights of this year where I started kicking people and seeing their face change.
Right.
I spent a lot of time with Chris just fixing these really small details I'd kind of forgotten over the past 9 years, and just consistent reps. So I started with the kicks for my first fight, so a southpaw fighter, and then same thing with my hands, just making sure that I'm not neglecting these small details.
Yeah.
And then trying to rely on it in sparring. Like as of late, been doing a lot more just boxing rounds, because again, I have the power, I have the speed, I have the range. I just need the confidence. I need the reps.
And so I guess I'm just basing this off the last fight, to be honest. But do you find that now that you have the hands, that everything else is a setup? Like, it's easier to get to the knees. It's easier to get to the kicks. It's easier to counter off the knees. Like, is that something you've noticed, or is this still kind of work in progress?
Like, it's still definitely a work in progress.
Always a work in progress.
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
I'll
That's for
never
life.
be happy with my hands.
That's for life. Yeah.
Character trait. But no, it's good because both in like the out of fight and in fight aspects, I'm happy that I'm a lot more well-rounded, right? Every time I'd walk into a fight, I knew or I'd hear that my other corner, their whole game plan was to not let me clinch.
Right.
And on one hand, I'm happy that they're that scared of my clinch, but it's also like, you need to respect the rest of my weapons too.
Right.
I got 8 limbs, and I need you to be scared of all of it now.
Yeah, for sure. And especially as you keep climbing up as a pro, it's not a choice. You got to be well-rounded.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure. Did you guys go drinking after your title wins? I didn't see you much that night.
I stayed at the hotel. No, I didn't.
No.
I just ate.
Yeah.
I ate like a degenerate, man.
Yeah.
Well, I think
like
the
a
only
king.
thing that was open was Tim's. There was a Tim's in that gas station.
Yeah.
And I saw these kids come in. They got those pizzas. I guess you can get pizzas there.
yeah.
So I went over and I got like pizza, cookies, donuts. I think I ordered a coffee just to say fuck it.
What else can I eat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then a friend of mine brought those crumble cookies.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I haven't had one, but my goodness, they look good.
Same, yeah.
Jeez. You haven't had one?
No.
Oh, dude, they're like these gourmet cookies. They're like 1,000 calories a cookie. It's
bet.
insane. Yeah. And like, yeah, I had a whole box of them. So just imagine.
My God,
Yeah.
you're savage.
The dopamine that was shooting through my
No kidding. After a
frontal
fight.
cortex.
Yeah.
How about you, Deval? What'd you get to after?
This is actually the first time I went to bed after a fight.
Is that right?
Yeah, I got a ride home and crashed. I met a bunch of friends for brunch at my celebration the next day.
Yeah.
Because usually I'm up till 3 a.m., 4
Right.
a.m. after a fight. But no, I was somewhat behaved this time.
Yeah.
Well, for 12 hours.
Is it and I'm curious, like, this is how I feel. Like, usually after fights like this, now I'm the commentator, and so to be honest, I got to stay out and have fun. I went to bed at like 5 a.m. Don't tell my wife. But usually when I'm on the other side, when I'm the coach, like, there's something about when the fight's done or the title fight's done, even just like with Kelly recently and Aiden, but like, I'm done. I want to go home right now. Like, I don't want to talk to anybody about it. You know, I already was part of the fight. Oh, good job. Watch your dad. He did this. Like, I was fucking there. For me, it's like I want to close that book and leave. Maybe we can talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Do you guys have that feeling at all? Or even as coaches, like you guys are coaching now. We were in the opposite corners not long ago, right? Like, do you? No, this is just me. I'm talking shit here.
I find as a coach, I think it's because coaching for me is so much more stressful because there's so little control.
Right, you're out of control once the bell goes
Yeah.
on. Yeah.
So, whereas when I'm fighting, it's just that dopamine hit. It's like, I'll be honest, I've never tried anything like crack. Never don't want to.
Probably for the better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Professional athletes and crack cocaine, not a combination that people.
I don't often hear people say they tried crack once. You know.
Yeah. But for me, fighting is like that high. Like, especially once I've done a fight, a combination of the fight itself, getting to actually do the thing that we spend our entire lives trying to do, and then being kind of like celebrated with all of your friends, all of your loved ones. Man, even how many messages do you get after a fight?
Oh, tons. Yeah.
Right?
Nice.
I think it was 132
Nice.
messages.
There you go.
So just like everyone that you know is kind of like hyping you up. You just did this thing.
Yes.
After a fight, I am on cloud 9.
Yeah.
And then usually people buy me shots, so I'm on cloud 10. So
Yeah, and then quickly 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 on the floor.
that's what 5 a.m. hits. Yeah.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
That's it. Yep.
It's tough after a win though. Like that's something I've tried to just clean up more is because after a win in the past I would just go hard.
Sure.
Right. And I think it's probably just me reliving my hockey days.
Sure.
Because, you know, after a game, we had this saying, whether we win or we lose, we booze. So, like, every game we go out and drink after. And that kind of carried over into my career for the first half. And but, you know, I'm trying to be a good boy now. So,
Sure. No, I got you.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a question for you guys. So you guys know Vinny Shorman, right?
Yep.
So I went down to the CSA clinic many years ago, and he did a little block there, and he was talking about when you're coaching. So maybe this can relate. You guys coach now as well. What are you what are you chasing? What do you want? And now everybody says, so well, let's get past the first part. Everybody says, well, I want to win. But what about the win? What is it that you want? Like, what is there a specific feeling that you can pinpoint? Like for example, I'll tell you mine. For me, it was always, I know it's when you get your hand raised, like, man, you feel like you're floating, right? But even for me, what it was more like I said, the crowd, hey, yeah, you go celebrate. It was when I got to have a shower by myself. When you win, when you lose, it sucks. But when you win and you get to finally relive it on your own, right? Like, okay, oh man, I did that. That worked good. Oh man, the training. Like for me, it was that first shower by myself after a win where I finally feel like I can like congratulate myself, without just you're not doing it in front of everybody looking like a conceited dick. Yeah. Do you guys have a moment, a specific thing that you're looking for in a win? A specific feeling?
It's a good question.
Yeah.
You want to go first?
Sure.
Well, maybe there's
We're
not.
both thinking.
Maybe there's not, but
Yeah. Like for a feeling, the best way I can describe it is it's just proof that everything that I did, everything that we did was, I don't want to say worth it, because I feel like a lot of the training's going to be worth it, even if I lose.
correct, right, chose correctly.
Yeah, or it's, for lack of a better term, it's like my coach's faith in me was deserved. Is one part of it, right? Because especially like, man, Jake, the rest of our coaching staff, they put so much time into us, right? Our teammates, we put so much time into each other.
Yep.
So it's just like a validation that everything I did it correctly or I did it good enough, or just it's kind of depends on the fight, but some sort of blend of that. It's just basically like the people who believed in me were correct.
Yeah,
And I've proven them correct.
Do you feel that adds pressure?
Potentially.
In a good way,
Yeah.
though, I
I
guess.
think in a good way.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Because again, like even like win or lose, again, my losses have been the thing that taught me the most in a lot of cases, right? Losing sucks, but if I didn't lose, especially the fights that I lost, I wouldn't be here, to be honest.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Okay. That's good. Quinn, what about you?
Well, if there's any real feeling I'm trying to get after.
Like a specific moment is what I'm asking. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay, well, you know what? Getting my hand raised.
Yeah.
Like the hand raising in the center of the ring, that's where I find you really get that validation.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, I do a lot of visualization. So whenever I'm visualizing pre-fight, preparing for a fight, it's only when I visualize, my hand getting raised after the fight's over that like I really get that sense of victory,
Right.
that euphoric sort of feeling.
Right. Yeah.
So if there's a moment I'm chasing, it's that.
I even try to tell my people, like even not you, you're your own man, clearly. But even then, what if I would tell my fighter like, but go deeper than that, like. For me, how I would try to describe that is I can feel that referee gripping my wrist, and you're wondering, like, man, you're gripping real hard. I think that's me. Like you're unsure, but you feel that grip. And then finally, because every ref does it, nobody does it lightly. They all throw your arm up in the air, right? I thought that was just an interesting thing. I was just curious where you guys stood on that. Vinny kind of described it. I might be butchering it, but like, it's not the winning. It's like one specific feeling that you want from it. Like what about winning feels so good? Like find that. And I was just curious if there was one thing, maybe
Well, going a step further, it would be stepping out of the ring and looking at all the faces of people you know, people you don't know, the things they're saying to you, right? And more specifically, like the people, you love, like my parents, seeing their faces, my sister and like all my family that was there, my friends, who all came to watch me.
People got your back, right?
Yeah. So just seeing their expressions.
Yeah.
And,
when you see how happy and proud they are of you, you're proud of you too, right?
It's like, okay, I've done it now.
Yeah. Cool. So would you, sorry, go
I'll
ahead.
actually add on to that.
Yeah, please.
Because I guess to be a little more accurate, I find for me, I kind of like two different moments. I love my hand being raised, but it's almost like just the feeling of being in it. Like when I'm visualizing it, sometimes I don't even visualize my hand being raised, but I keep replaying those moments of just something landing, something connecting, whether it's me getting hit,
Gotcha.
honestly, but just those moments where like this is it.
Sure, there's no
Nothing
crowds.
else
You're
exists.
in war.
Yeah. It's me, this person, maybe the ref somewhere, my coach's voice, but like everything that I know, everything that I ever experience right now is just this 5-foot square.
Yeah.
Right. And just nothing else matters.
So just the fight
So-
itself.
Yeah, just like,
Nice.
like the I'm focused, I'm alive. Like
Yeah.
I'm just here.
In a the pussy's way of saying it, I'm the same except when I commentate, so I don't have to get hit.
Yeah.
It's but I was thinking this today, you know, it's the only thing I really get and the podcast that I'm really excited about in my life. You know what I mean? Like I love being part of it. I love being excited. Like, you know, my kid, my family, of course, but there's no other real time I get like that, you know?
Right? It's like the only time where like you are 100% there.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
nothing else going on.
Exactly. Yeah. Good call, man.
If
Good
getting
call.
punched in the face is the only thing you're excited about, please see a therapist. But I do also have that moment after in the shower. For me, it's almost like the realization of everything that just happened.
Yeah.
Of like, I get to sit down, and usually it is in the shower, just like processing of like, holy shit, I just walked in front of my underwear covered in Thai oil.
Yeah.
And beat the daylights out of someone in front of 1,000
That's
people.
right. And if you go to 7-Eleven and tell the person at the counter, yeah, great, $7.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay. It's cool to me, you know.
Right. But I think that part is also why I do an okay job of handling losses because that experience.
Sure.
Like for you in that moment when you lose a fight, it is the absolute worst thing that could happen to you for a few seconds.
Yeah.
Hopefully, maybe for a few minutes, hours, days. Everyone's grieving time is different.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you spend a week or a month off and you bring up the fight, no one else is gonna remember, right?
Yeah.
I think you said in a podcast once, you lose a fight, you have this heartbreaking moment, you wait 2 days, you tell one of your teammates and they say, cool, so my cat just passed away.
Yeah, nobody cares.
Right?
I had pizza on Saturday. Like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like you have that feeling of disappointing everyone.
Right.
But like that disappointment for you it takes as long as it does. For everyone else, most times.
That's it.
That's a weekend.
That's
you know?
right, man. Yeah.
They go home, they stop drinking, and no one thinks about it.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, of course, there's a few, but you know. Now, Quinn, I think it was you just earlier, or maybe it was you, Deval, but somebody just mentioned, I feel like we're just getting started. Okay, beauty.
That was me, yeah.
Okay, I think a lot of people, at least for this scene, would win those titles and go, I made it. Where I heard you say, we're just getting started. So I'm curious, now that you guys are the Canadian champions of the world, so what is next? What do you got your eyes on next? What's the next goal for fighting for you?
Defending this. Yeah.
Yeah. But let's be real, guys. There's only a few out there each for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's getting thin.
Yeah.
know?
I mean, I feel like one title defense before taking the next step, which would be international North American title.
Yeah.
I think that's only that's just what makes sense.
Agreed.
So defend this once, prove that we're the real champs, and then take the next step.
Yeah. And I agree with that system. You should clean out your pool, defend it once just to make sure you're the man, and then start going further, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bigger pools, bigger pools. How about you, Deval?
And same,
Yeah.
there's only like 2 people that I know of that I think are kind of like in contention for my weight class.
We're listening.
Who are hopefully listening. One of which I was already supposed to, like, I was scheduled to fight twice, but just fight games finicky, things fall apart.
Who's that?
Stefan Dronjak.
Yeah. John Jack, yeah.
So unfortunately, we had another fight scheduled, but it fell through, as things do.
Right.
So I honestly think between him or if Cody can fight outside of one championship, I think for 160, ultimately it's me, Stefan, or Cody.
Is that right? Okay.
At least, again, I don't know a lot of the folks in Ontario. I don't really know anyone in BC, but just from all the fighters I know, if there's anyone out there who can claim my seat,
Yeah. Step up,
that's
I
it,
guess,
right?
eh?
And same, like I've called myself the scariest fighter in Canada for a long time, or the friendliest, depending on who you know.
Sure.
And I'm really happy that I've won this belt, but I want to defend it.
Nice. Yeah.
know?
Beauty. All right. Let's move on to this. I got some questions for you guys.
Man, I'm way too happy for this.
I will. I'm proud of myself.
excited.
Proud of myself.
All right. I'm excited.
So I came up with these now. For the most part, you're going to be answering for the other person. Okay, so here it is right now.
It's a game show right now.
That's right. That's exactly
Fight
it. Best
podcast
buddies
is
game.
over.
Here we go. Here we
Wait,
go.
wait. Do we got to answer like what I think he would say?
Yeah. So here you go. So or not necessarily, but here for example. Okay. question number 1. So what's the funniest or craziest thing that you've seen each other do in the back or during a fight?
Okay, I'll go first. I think it was when you were fighting Brian Singson. I wasn't fighting. I was in the back. And Jake and I think our buddy John Dragon, shout out to him, we were sitting down, and Deval's got his freaking do-rag on. He's got this Jamaican music playing, and he's just like, he's in his own world, man. Just dancing away, doing all this weird shit.
I'll be making a clip of that.
Oh, man. It was...
I do not.
Oh,
dance
dude,
like
I'm
that.
like, how yeah, it was hilarious, man. I'd had a couple beers too, so I was feeling it, right? But it was great. I loved it. Everyone else, like, we're at the Hellenic Hall, right?
Yeah.
So like, it's weird. Like the back rooms are like these classrooms, they're like these
Right.
kindergarten classrooms, and so the setting was just weird. And then you have this Jamaican guy in a do-rag just fucking popping and locking.
Could you imagine being like a janitor? Just what the hell's happening
Yeah.
here?
Who is this guy?
Oh no.
So that's
Hilarious.
that's my answer.
Nice. Deval, how about you?
Oh, I don't know if I can top that.
Not that dance, that's for
No,
sure.
I can do that.
What fight was it where I think it was ECL, when we were both warming up for our fights. And I can't remember because I didn't fully see it, but I think you missed the pads
Yeah.
when you're hitting pads with Jake.
Yeah, that's right. I elbowed him right in the face.
Oh, good God.
He's like, mate, are you kidding me?
I'm sorry.
I'm like, sorry, man, I'm nervous.
Yeah, things come a little quicker, a little harder when you're getting ready to go fight.
Yeah.
for sure. Okay, you guys can answer this. Doesn't have to be for each other, but when you guys are sparring each other, who gets heated first?
Me, probably.
Deval didn't answer. Just look. Nice.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's clearly you would agree.
Yeah.
All right.
That was an easy one.
Okay.
Well,
okay.
it's also like, it's very rare that I get heated in general. You know, I'm pretty,
Level. Yep. I got you.
let's say boring, but level also works. Much nicer way of saying
Okay.
that.
There you go. I'll start with you, Quinn. Who between you two, who is more likely to gas in round 1?
I mean, me, probably.
All right.
But like
I mean,
neither?
but I don't neither.
Yeah.
I was
Well,
gonna
I
say
know.
neither, but
Agreed.
You gotta have an answer, right?
Of course.
I don't know. I mean, if I was just like, out there to take it out in round 1 and like just not care at all, like me for sure. I think
I would probably agree with that.
I'd just
Well, it's also because like I start my fights a lot slower usually.
Yeah.
I'm more that Thai style.
Yeah.
Like even in round 5, I'm usually not looking tired.
Yeah, I would agree. You tend to step on the gas pedal a little sooner in round 1
yeah.
maybe than the
So
last.
I could easily gas myself out.
I'm not saying you
I
would.
don't.
Yeah.
But,
But
I
who
could.
who would more likely to?
Yeah.
Right, I'm not saying you would.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Showboat mid-fight.
I don't know. You smile at your opponents lots.
Yeah, it's
clearly
I think small gestures definitely me. But if
Yeah.
it was something big, like I think it was Cody Jerome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I think like
Okay, I
little
forgot about
small things me all the time.
Sure. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
if
I
it was
think
something big.
I did that to him, and then he did it right back to me.
Yeah.
That's great.
Hey, don't do
Fucking
that.
guy.
Who would survive longer in a real fight against a kangaroo? How come?
I'm a good runner.
I'm a good sprinter.
Okay. But he would survive longer?
I don't know.
Why'd you choose Quinn?
I just feel like if someone's wrestling a kangaroo, man's got a lot stronger than
Yeah,
I am.
fair enough,
Let's be
fair enough.
real here.
This guy's sticking to a Snickers.
Yeah,
for sure. I hear you.
Like I'm not small, but comparatively, I'm small.
Sure. Okay. Okay. You agree?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. That would be me.
I'll take it, man. I haven't won one question yet. So
Okay. Who's most likely to forget a mouth guard or cup for a fight?
Oh, really? Yeah, probably.
Like, because I did.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I think there was twice. I don't think. Have you done either?
No, I don't think so.
I've almost forgotten my cup once, and I had one fight where my mouth guard just vanished as I was walking up.
Oh God.
Shout out to Scott
what?
McKenzie. Yeah, my first time fighting for Dunamis. They about to call my name. I'm in that back room. I'm waiting. One of the, I think Scots asked me where my mouth guard is, point to my case. I used to attach my mouth guard case to the outside of my bag,
Yeah.
like an idiot.
Yeah.
And he opens it up, no mouth guard.
Oh boy.
So again, shout out to Scott McKenzie. Man runs a classic fight shop, grabs one of the mouth guards, rips it open, runs to me, puts it in my mouth. And that's why I have that like fairly iconic photo of me with a giant bright orange mouth guard that did not fit.
Right.
And just had a whole 5-round fight with it.
There you go. Still got your chiclets, so it worked.
Yeah.
Nice.
How about my teeth?
Do you know who Matt Hume is? He used to coach like high-level MMA coach. I can't remember who he coached, but he old school MMA fighter, bare knuckle days kind of thing. I was helping Will Quijada fight in Seattle, and same thing. He was the next fight, and he's like, "Oh, I forgot my mouth guard." And I knew the hotel was about a 10-minute walk. Dude, I was like Frogger through downtown traffic, running back. Just postpone it one fight, that's all I ask. I go and get it. Matt Hume, this guy, his fighter, they weren't really prepared. We kind of screwed him over. He got knocked out. And he comes back talking shit. And I'm like, hey, man, I'm sorry I was late. And he just kind of grumbled. And I was like, fuck you, old man. What the fuck? Like, totally being a dick about it, right? Yeah. And he just tried to ignore me the whole time. And I really tried to egg him on. I don't know what I was thinking. Like, I'm not trying to fight him. If he pushed me, I'd be like, whoa, what's your problem? But I don't know what I was even thinking. Just heated, I guess. And then I see this guy on like a one championship commercial talking about, I used to coach, like, I think Demetrius Johnson or something. Like, and I was like, oh, man. I just about got beat up bad. Anyway, that's my mouth guard story. Will Quijada, don't ever do that again. Right before I got to the venue, I ran so hard in these dress shoes, I stopped and puked on the sidewalk while everybody watched me before I walked into the venue. Yeah. So, yeah, that's...
Not a runner, eh?
No, I really try not to at any point. But, yeah, that's... I promise Scott McKenzie was not happy.
No, man's a real one though.
Way to make your first impression.
Yeah.
Who? We'll start with you, Deval, this time. I either want to hear your best impression of your coach, or what are a few sayings that your coach consistently says over and over.
About to get canceled for this.
Oh boy.
Nah, I know flippin' heck is a big one.
Flipping heck. Okay.
Yep.
Watch your mouth.
Yep.
Stroking. Okay. What else you got? You can't hit us with an impression?
I don't want to. I have to spar him tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Listen,
okay.
actually,
I'll put it out Sunday then.
No, just I can do some accents. That's not one of them.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Quinn was bang on with it earlier though.
Let's hear it, bro.
Oh, fuck. Well, I'm trying to think. What does he say a lot? Like, I don't know. He says, be about it and... Oh, fuck.
Was good.
He's gonna laugh at this. He's gonna disown me after this. I'm getting fired. I'm getting fired. Fuck, it's kind of hard on the spot.
Right?
He always says, "Listen." Like, I can't do the accent. Oh.
That was pretty good though. It's there.
He's like, "Listen to me," And when we don't listen, he just gets more angry. Listen, you fucking idiot.
I'm trying.
That's when the flippin' heck comes out. Right?
Flipping heck. I mean, yeah. Flipping heck.
Yeah.
Mate, what are you doing?
That's pretty good. I've never
Is that okay?
Yeah, that was great. That was
perfect.
great.
Man. That was perfect.
Yeah.
Nice.
What are you doing? Figure it out. I remember actually when I fought Deval like years ago, I remember like coming back to the corner in the second round and Jake gets up and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I'm like, I don't know.
Obviously not good.
Yeah, but he actually said the F word.
Oh. Yeah. That's like the only time that I've ever heard mention of it.
Yeah. I'm like, damn, he swore at me. All right, I must be doing something wrong.
I'm in big trouble.
Yeah.
Nice. Pick each other's walkout song.
Ooh.
My first thought is like the main theme of Top Gun.
Nice. Highway. Dude, Danger Zone, yeah?
Danger Zone.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Great jam. Kenny Loggins.
Hit 'em up, Tupac.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah.
Beauty. Okay, this is just an answer for yourself. Who you fought had the best hair.
Well, when I fought you, you didn't have hair. So
Right.
You had a buzz
No,
cut.
that's fair.
We both had buzz cuts, actually. Yeah.
More aerodynamic, that one.
Yeah. Exactly. Fuck. I don't know. Did Tyson have? No, no. Huh. Dude, I don't know. We all, everyone I fought has had, subpar hair, I guess. I don't know. It's not, I don't know.
I'm never going to hear that sentence again in my life.
Yeah,
Everyone I fought has had subpar hair.
Jason Davis is taking this conversation real personal.
Yeah.
Somewhere out there.
How about you, Deval?
The only person that when I think of people have fought, same a lot of buzz cuts. I think Brian Singson had a pretty good haircut.
Hey, shout out to him as well, man. Had a good appearance in If Mother.
Yeah.
Bad dude, man. Bad
Yeah.
dude. And everybody from Team Canada, by the way. I've really been watching. It's been
Yeah.
awesome. I think this is a good one. How about stare down? Who's had the best stare down that you fought?
Tyson for me, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
I think same. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Tyson.
Yeah, he can mean mug pretty good, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
He's the only person that I remember who I actually got him to crack a smile one of our fights too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, 'cause I'm always smiling, cracking jokes.
Sure.
A menace.
Yeah. Who's been the trickiest fighter?
For me,
Either, yeah.
I would say Lee Walton.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I forgot you fought him.
Yeah.
God's sakes. That's right. Yeah, man. He played the game real good that night. He did. Yeah.
And obviously Brian, that man swept me so many times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I like what he's doing too. Hey, he's all gas, no brakes with Muay Thai, man.
Yeah.
Good on him. Hardest hitting.
Oh, that's this one. Lars Lethal Larson.
Lars Larson.
Lars Larson. He's a man I fought in BC.
Yeah. Vancouver Island?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that man, I think he was a powerlifter turned Muay Thai.
Okay.
He's also a little bit bigger. They changed the weight class on me when I arrived to the venue.
Of course.
That man hit me so hard, I saw red and blue.
right.
Like if you put on 3D glasses, that's what I saw when that overhand connected.
Really, hey?
Yeah.
Damn, son, turned you into 3D.
Right? So he's 6-0. He stopped fighting after we fought.
Oh.
I think his first fight was decision. Everything else was straight KOs.
Wow.
And then we fought and we bled each other.
Yikes.
It was excellent.
Huh. Nice.
And then I fought Quinn right after, and the first thing he does is catches me with an overhand right, puts me on my ass.
Glasses go back on, your 3D glasses. And How about you, Quinn?
I'm trying to think. You know what? It might be Devin Littleshields actually.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I fought him twice back in amateurs, but yeah, I mean he's huge. Like he's like 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
I remember
man.
he teeped me in the face once, and I was like, "What the fuck was that?"
Yeah. He's enormous. And he fights at 154, right?
No, he's
No,
in 70.
it's like
Yeah.
770.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah, he just came back. He just fought.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
good
he
to
might
see
go pro. He's doing some sparring with us actually.
Nice.
So-
Shout out to you, Devin. I like Devin. Good dude.
Yeah,
Good dude. Awesome.
Wicked.
What's your pet peeve in the gym?
When people spar and they don't want to throw any power with me, but they'll spar someone who's smaller or younger and they'll throw power.
I'm only speaking for myself, but when I see people like that in my gym, I generally would call that a coward.
Yeah, I've had whole TED talks with some of the folks.
Yeah.
Sure.
About that.
Don't be like that. Don't be that guy in the gym. Yeah.
For me as a coach, people coming in late, like as a reoccurring thing.
Yep.
You know, like I get it, you're late. You know, every now and then, like that's fine. But like the people who come in consistently late.
Regardless of what time it starts, right?
Yeah, and it's like every class, whether it's morning, noon, or night, like
Yep.
they're always,
Yep.
you know. What else? Oh, I had another one. People who talk during instructions are being given.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, nothing drives me more up the wall. than
Yeah.
that.
It's poor, it's
Yeah,
undisciplined, no respect,
yeah,
respectful.
Yeah. So,
You haven't been able to do that to your mom. You didn't do it in school. What thinks you can do it now? It's all the
Yeah.
same. Yeah.
and then people. This is more of like new people, but like when they borrow, I have tons. But
Clearly.
people who like borrow gear,
Yep.
right? Or like they use pads or something, they just like leave them like on the ground.
Oh, yeah.
Even after you say clearly, okay, let's put our gear away, right? And they're just going to get water and they forget about it.
Yep.
How were you raised?
Sometimes when that happens around here, the next class when I start.
Yeah. What do you do?
They know what's happening because I've done it before. I start walking around and knocking off every single pad anywhere on the floor, and then they get to put it all back.
Nice.
And it got to a point that now when I start doing that, they go, "Oh, who forgot?" Like, okay, go put it away.
Okay.
Yeah.
For me, it's just verbal abuse, but I might start doing that.
Sure,
I like that.
Yeah, no. Now do it correctly. Right?
Yeah.
It's not your bedroom.
That's the right way.
Yeah, there you go. And as far as the late thing, man, I'm the same. If I have somebody that's like, hey, I want to compete, I'm not even going to enter that conversation until you show up on time. The answer is no, and don't ask me anything else until you show up on time.
Yeah.
Then we can even have a talk of it.
Yeah.
Till then, show up on time.
Yeah, or like just text me, you know?
Yeah.
Just be like, hey, I'm gonna be late, you know? Or like I have work until 6:30, so I'm always gonna be late. Like at least if you
Right.
let me know, right? I'm
Yeah.
not gonna be like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
put my hands up every time.
Exactly. I'm not getting paid hourly. You got to show up and whatnot. Yeah.
It's because I care.
There you go.
Yeah.
Because I care.
Yeah.
There you go. Good sentence. All right, man. Let's build a fighter. Deval, let's start with you. Or we'll go back and forth. Building a fighter.
I like these questions, Jay.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Thanks. I know, I'm proud of myself.
I love this.
Listen, we already did the. I grew up here and I did that. We're
Yeah.
past that. We're past that. Building a fighter. Here we go. Fighter with the best chin. Who would you pick?
I feel like the easy answer would be Rod Tang,
Sure.
but yeah, I can't think of anyone
Sure.
else.
Makes
so I'm just
sense.
gonna go with that.
Let me think here. Oh, it's a hard one. Honestly, the Nick or Nate Diaz, they
Sure.
they have
Yeah,
they have good
they got a
chins.
beard. Yeah,
They
for
have
sure.
good chin. Oh, there's so many answers, but
Yep.
that's what came to me first. Go. Yeah.
Yeah.
next.
Okay. Okay. No, it's all good. Kicks.
I mean, there's the kicking machine, but I want to say Taiwan Chai just to.
Sure. I admit Taiwan Chai was my first thought.
I'll say super luck.
Super leg. Sure. Heart.
Sexan?
Ooh. Good one.
Good one.
Yeah.
Really good one. I'll say frick. You know, I'll say Regan Ursel
Sure. Oh, nice.
because he's had some like banger fights, and he's come back and he won the toss. So that takes heart.
Yep.
Yeah,
Without a doubt.
I'll say
Without a
that.
doubt. Last one. Style.
Regan Ursel.
Yeah. Sure, man. I get it.
Honestly, I would say Regan Ursel too, or Yadwicha.
Oh yeah, nice. Yeah, beauty. Yeah, I like Ursul's style. I always thought he kind of like Chris McMillan had a similar style, fairly loose, flowing with some things,
Yeah.
technique to technique. Yeah,
Oh, it's sick watching that guy fight.
yeah, you bet.
Love it.
Do you guys remember your first training session together? We just talked about that, I think, a little while ago. Or at least sparring session, no?
No, maybe I was Winnipeg, right?
Oh
When
yeah,
I- That would have been because the summer after we fought, like I have a cabin out in Manitoba, so I go out there every summer, and then I reached out to Deval and I went and trained with him at K West.
Yeah.
And we
Nice,
did a
shout out to K
class
West.
and we did some sparring. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, that was a good time.
Yeah,
Nice.
Winnipeg.
There you
I
go.
definitely had
Winnipeg.
PTSD to the overhand right from those crappy red gloves.
Yeah,
Backed up against the cage.
They're 16s, I swear. What's your best fight memory of each other?
It's hard because like recency biased, but like the need of the dome that you just dished out in your last fight,
Oh yeah, okay.
pretty high up there. Also, who was the guy you fought? It wasn't ECL. It was shortly before we fought. The person who I think the story was he was like a jerk to you and your crew to Jake during weigh-ins and face-offs and everything, and then you like dropped him 3 times in the first round. You finished him with a body hook.
that was ECL.
Okay,
That was ECL.
yeah.
yeah. No, he was just he was a clown. Yeah, he was just a weird dude. But yeah, it was pretty quick work there.
Yep.
Nice. That's satisfying.
Yeah, I remember that.
Nice.
For you, I'd say winning the title, right?
Yeah.
Finishing Tyson, that was a big moment. And
Yeah.
then, sort of a joint memory, I guess, would be when you fought first for the gym, and I made my
Yeah.
pro debut. That was the same card, I believe. So
Yeah.
that was a big night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
long ago now.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
getting
it's funny,
old.
eh?
7 Chiefs.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
say that. You're getting old. I'm not.
I am getting old.
What are some of Quinn's fight rituals and vice versa? What are some of Deval's like? Don't tell me yours. Tell me what theirs are.
Well, he'll always have a speaker.
Yes.
And like even if like there's music always being played.
Right.
Even if he's not fighting, he has a speaker and there's some nook and cranny of the room and
Yep.
there's music playing.
Yep.
Either full volume or like the like one sound
Right.
bar thing.
But it's always there.
There's always music playing. It's always like reggae. It's always reggae, right? Which puts people at ease. It's
Yeah.
growing on me. It's really growing on me. Like at the start, I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Turn this shit off.
And then I'm like, "Okay, I'm starting to move to it a little bit." So there's that. He always takes a nap, and he's always like, "Yeah, another round of pads. Let's go." Like, or he kicks bar with me. Yeah, can you move around with me?
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice. There you go.
Points at someone. Can you move around with me?
Yeah.
This guy's got it, eh? This guy's been in your change room
Yeah.
a few times.
Oh yeah. Very observant I
This
am.
is a bar. This is a high bar now. I was gonna say first off, the rice cake snacks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
rice
yeah.
cake snacks
I'm
are a
a
huge one.
pig. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm constantly eating.
Yeah. You have your not a duffel bag, but you have like your Safeway bag or Shoppers bag.
Safeway
full
bag.
of
I'm
food.
usually eating other people's snacks too. Like, oh, what you got? Oh, Rice Krispies.
A lot of time, just headphones. Headphones just focused.
Yeah.
People asking Quinn, do you need anything? And just a little bit of a nod,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Eventually, you'll take like a few seconds, one headphone out, see what's going on, how much time is left. All right, headphones
good.
back
Very
in.
good.
Yeah, we're
Very good.
focused. And then like when you start hitting pads, just like the meanest mug. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, good.
Like straight, I'm out to kill somebody when I'm smashing pads.
Nice, man. I'll
Man's
tell you.
sweating.
You guys nailed it. Like how you described it is pretty much how I would describe it too. Like I remember the rice cakes. I know the reggae. Like the calm demeanor. And yeah, it's funny, man. That's
We
funny.
have systems that work.
Yeah.
That's
That's
all
right.
I'm gonna say.
Yeah, for sure. Right.
Consistency breeds results.
Yeah.
That's right. And I'll tell you what. Since I've taken over a lot more commentating than coaching, that's one of the things I miss is being in the back and being part of the rituals and the thick energy and the tension. I miss that part. Who hits harder?
Well, he kicks harder.
Yeah, I was about to say you like I keep replaying some of those kicks from the last fight, man.
Punches night and day.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree.
Kicks.
Okay, okay.
You have better knees too. Yeah. I'll give you that.
I'll take it. I'll
So
take it.
I guess you can answer this for yourself here, or we will. But what would be a dream opponent for you? Or either of you, both of you.
Let me think here.
Mine would be Frank Dukes from
Muhammad
Bloodsport.
Jiraiya.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, that's a good name. How did you come up with that, man? Is that somebody you watch a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love Jiraiya.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That guy's a savage.
Yeah.
Beauty. So how about you, buddy?
I feel because like my mind just goes to the people that like I like know that I want to fight. I have a hard time thinking past that.
Yeah.
Well, then let's
big
hear it.
picture.
I don't think big. I am
Who
very
does Deval
much.
want to fight?
I told you either Stefan, John Jack, or Cody.
There you go. Right.
But that's how my mind works. You know, I got my little train tracks and I'm just driving through it.
The
got
next
blinders
fight's always
on.
the dream.
Exactly.
Fight. Yeah.
Right.
all right. So
One
those guys
step
are
at a
your,
time.
I'm just happy to be there.
It's a compliment, boys. Those are his dream fight. Well
Yeah.
done, Cody and Stefan. Where have you seen each other grow the most? Where have you seen Deval grow the most? Where have you seen Quinn grow the most? Fight-wise, of course.
I'll start. I'll actually say, I think a big thing for Quinn is like mentality and temperament. I think I notice it more. I don't know if it's because you're like not at Gunther's and you're just at the gym more, or if it's the fact that you're coaching more. But I definitely say like the I don't want to say just mentality because that's so open-ended. I'll take it this fight. You did a really good job of like when you want to be on him, you're on him. When you want to be patient, you're patient. Because there's been a few fights where for like lack of, I'm trying to sorry how to phrase this accurately.
Well, I'm just forcing things too much.
Yeah, that's good way of putting it, right?
Yeah, I would describe it as just simply more brains, less brawn. Like that's
Yeah.
what I've seen the growth in you.
Yeah.
I was gonna say more composure.
Sure.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Well, and the pressure you put on that last fight, like it's rare that you get pressure with composure, right? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that was really on display last fight, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Defensive pressure, you don't see that very often. You're defensive, but you're still putting on pressure. I want my friend Deval over here.
Probably him just taking his game to new levels in terms of being more well-rounded, right? Namely with his hands, and then I would say just sort of becoming a better listener too.
Okay.
You know, to coach's advice, and I've really felt like you've started to to improve on the things that, you know, both Jake and Chris have told you need to improve on.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that's the same with me, but I don't know, I've seen, you know, real improvements in both your boxing and even with like your kicks as well. And so it's kind of a a general answer, but yeah, just being more well-rounded, more versatile.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, nice. And somebody who already has a winning way, like, well, I'm sure you could probably attest to it too. But when you go to a new space, it's whether it's stubbornness or just the change of scene. Just sometimes it's just kind of hard to get on the program initially, or maybe you yourself as a fighter, like, listen, I got some success. Let me do it my way. I'm here. I hear ya, and let me play with it, and then you know you find trust with each other, right?
Yeah.
And then, you know, so because we've all been part of it, it's rare, in my opinion, that people come from outside and just buy into the system. You know what I mean? There's got to be a proven ground there.
I'll actually say I find like coming to Dunamis, especially because I'd already known Jake and Scott. Right. I already had that buy-in. It was actually just getting me out of my comfort zone.
Sure.
Because I find like I just knew if I put my hands on someone and I grabbed them, I was winning.
Right.
So whenever, even my early fights, whenever things got a little rocky or like that person had a chance, my brain would just go grab them.
Sure.
Right. Especially from time in Thailand, I was a clinch fighter through and through.
That's home. That's safe. It's successful.
Yeah. So like I wanted to make that changes. That's why I came here.
Right.
But it's just hard to just get out of the comfort zone. Right.
Yep. Yeah. Nice.
Just wanted to give them a hug all the time.
There you go. There you
Just
go.
always hugging people.
Last question. Listen, this ride comes to an end for everybody. At the end of it, when it's all said and done, what would you like to have your Muay Thai resume look like? Titles, accolades, how many fights, where you fought, just anything like that. To be satisfactory with, like, I wish I did that. I wish it's like if I saw that I could go, yeah, I'm good. Job well done. What would you like on that resume?
50 pro fights.
50 pro. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice even number.
Yeah.
WBC world title.
Sure.
Fighting in one.
Yeah.
Not necessarily, you know, getting to the top, but just fighting.
Sure.
Fighting for them.
Yeah.
Fighting or RWS.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And for me, like, biggest thing is actually Rajmaderm. I think that's more I think about it. That's one that I want to add and cross off the bucket list.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah.
And I want to hopefully get some more fights in North America.
Yeah.
And either WBC, even like international champ. But
Yes,
have some more like tough scraps.
Yeah.
Hopefully some close to home and then some halfway across the world.
Yeah. Yeah. Good call. Good call.
Infusion would be sick too.
No joke, man. Yeah. Then that Muhammad Jiraiya fight, you know, we could coax him over. Let's do it. All right, fellas. Anything else you want to discuss before we call it a day? No,
We're all just gonna Mexican standoff here, look at each other.
well, I'll tell you what. I know. I hate to bring this up, but obviously you heard about the Muay Thai World Cup.
Yeah.
Obviously canceled out east. Won't be coming out here in June. Yeah, that sucks. So, what's going on for the summer then? Do you guys have any plans up? Is Muay Thai for you not shut down, but you know what I mean? Are you guys looking past the summer now?
Yeah. Well. Yeah. I mean, it's gonna be a busy fall, but as of late, you know, I've just been training and kind of just kind of chilling. Well, no, I ran a marathon last week.
Oh yeah, man. Well done.
Yeah.
By the way.
Just
Good job,
chilling
dude.
by running a marathon.
Yeah, no, I was kind of a spur of the moment thing. My two buddies were doing it, and they called me up like 2 weeks before, and they're like, "You want to do this?" And I'm like, "Fuck it, why not?"
Yeah.
And I wasn't prepared for it, but I did pretty well. I did it in 4 hours and 16 minutes.
It's ridiculous. That's
Yeah.
4 hours longer than I ever care to run.
I ran it in I didn't have running shoes, so I had these like old basketball shoes in my
course you
closet. Dude, my feet were fucking destroyed. The last 8K was hell, man.
8K.
Yeah.
That's a long ways.
Yeah. Well, 42.2K, I think the full distance was.
Yeah, but to
And,
say I
like-
ran 8Ks with my feet destroyed. Oh God.
Yeah.
Sounds
It was
awful.
Dude, yeah. It was brutal. But you know what's funny? There was like, I think I was like, it was the last 5K, and like, I'm just like barely jogging. Like, I'm like fast walking. I look like an idiot, right? I'm just trying to tell myself, just keep moving, keep running. Don't walk. Please don't walk.
Right.
And then this like tiny, like 5'2", little old Asian lady comes just strolling by me, and that lit a fire in me. I'm like, oh, this is not
Yeah. Shut
Pick
that
it
off.
up.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Funny how that works, eh?
Yeah. So
Beauty.
no, it was good though. It was good to just do something new, do something different. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna do the Calgary Marathon next year. Try and prepare for it. My goal is 3 hours. So
Okay. Damn.
Yeah.
Nice. Well done,
Yeah.
man. How about you, Deval? What's going on?
Well,
for
I
this
just
one?
want to highlight that, man. You take something that for like an average person is basically like a maybe I'll do this someday or something you have to put time and build towards.
Yeah.
This guy will do it on 2 weeks' notice, improper equipment, no planning, and he'll absolutely crush it. The willpower
Steve.
and grit
Thanks, yeah.
alone.
yeah.
Nice. There you go. Beauty. All right.
And
well,
then,
sorry. Yeah, please.
Yeah, I'll finish.
No, please.
I wasn't able to fight last year. I only offered the one fight and had the knee injury.
Oh,
I've
right.
made,
Right.
Yeah, so I've made 5 fights the goal this year.
Okay.
In my perfect dreamland, I already had 2 done. Wanted to get hopefully 1 in June and then 2 more in sometime between September, December.
Nice.
So I'm going to see if hopefully I can, in a perfect world, get 1 more fight, be able to enjoy Stampede, enjoy my buddy's wedding, and
Yeah.
then get another 2 at the end of the year.
Yeah. Nice. Nice.
Hopefully we can create something at the end of the year here. Otherwise, just
Right.
every single promoter that you know, holler at me.
Well, and that's kind of what I was curious. Like, are you guys looking for fights outside the World Cup within North America?
Yeah, I've reached out
Yeah.
to Ontario because I'm hoping to get a few fights there.
Yeah,
Just because,
yeah.
again, like to fight someone close to home. But I've also reached out to a few places in New York.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
Yeah, Warriors Cup.
Yeah.
There's a
Freedom
BC
Fight Promotions.
promotion, Canada Cup.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's right.
Kickboxing
Yeah.
promotion. I'd
Chauncey.
like to get on that. I think they have a card. I think it's September. So
Yeah.
and then October, November, Muay Thai World Cup is the plan. So
Yeah. Yeah. There's certainly some out there. for
busy
sure.
fall. It's gonna be a
Yeah.
busy fall for both of us. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Everybody
Looking
want to get
for-
back to the grind after summer fighting and
exactly.
whatnot. Yeah. Beauty.
If you're looking for fighters, let us know.
I know too. I knew
bring
a
a
couple
show.
1-2 champions here.
Yeah.
Now I got this fight from Classic Fight Shop. I see your hat is Classic Fight Shop, and word on the street is they're on board with Mr. Wasylak, eh?
Yes, sir.
Let's hear about it, man. Let's shout out some sponsors.
Yeah, well, Classic Fight Shop, Michael. Thanks for taking a chance on me.
Shout out Classic Fight Shop.
I got a discount code, so if you use QWAZY either online or in store, you get 5% discount
Beauty.
on your gear. So I'd like to shout out them. I also like to shout out Supplement World for again taking a chance on me. I got a discount code with them as well. You actually know it's not even a code. You just say my name at any of the Supplement World locations in Calgary, and you get 15% off all supplements. Shout out to Bruno Salazar for working with me, and yeah.
Beauty. Deval.
Yeah.
Any sponsors?
Yeah, got to shout out again, Classic Fight Shop, right? Man set us both up. And just everyone, if you're thinking about buying gloves, you're thinking about buying something, go check him out. Man's a real one.
Gloves everywhere, all over that place. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's
awesome.
great. It's a candy shop. for
Yeah,
people
damn
like
right. Yeah,
us,
good call. Good call.
right?
Yeah.
And then Dynamic YYC, again, had a pretty rough knee injury last year, but Chase fixed me up, and now I'm,
Chase Mindra.
yeah.
That's my man too. I
throwing
see him as well.
kicks
Oh,
like
you
no
see
one's
him?
business.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Shoulder,
nice.
neck, knee. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the man. He's a wizard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you know, I'll shout out Coach TJ.
Oh yeah, friend of the show, man.
Yeah, he was actually very instrumental in my weight cut this last fight. It was super smooth.
Nice.
No issues. It wasn't like the Ontario one. So, yeah. Thanks, TJ.
There you go.
Yeah.
You get one shout out each. Only one. Who do you give it to?
Mom and Dad.
Mom and Dad. That's two
Love you
people,
guys.
but you know, okay.
Yeah.
I'm just joking.
Oh, should I pick another?
No, I said one. You pick
Yeah,
two.
okay.
I'm just joking. I'm joking. Mom and Dad, okay.
Well, how do you choose, right?
Well, I know, but that's the whole point. You only get one. But no, Mom and Dad count. That's one.
All right,
That's
yeah,
one.
thanks.
That's one.
Damn.
By the way, I love your mom. By the way, I see her at all the fight cards. She's so nice.
yeah,
Shout out
she's
to your
the
mom.
best, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you bet.
Yeah.
Deval, how about you?
Yeah, and I'll shout out my girlfriend Cassie.
There you go.
She's had her first few tastes of what fight camp looks like,
Oh yeah,
and
probably hating life.
she's a supportive partner.
Nice. There you go. There you go.
And I try to not be a menace when I'm cutting weight.
There you go. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Hey, awesome. Anything else before we're out of here, guys?
I Thanks for having us, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. This is a blast.
Listen, I deliberately wanted to keep this one lighthearted. I see you guys at events, like you're people I like to see. I hope to run into you guys at the mall. You're people I like. So I wanted to get past the chit chat. Tell me when you were 7. What did,
Yeah.
Let's have some fun. We're both in at the same time and answer each other's questions. So listen, that was really fun. We'll have to do that one again, eh?
That was great.
Yeah,
Of course, man. I love the
100%.
questions too.
Beauty.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. I'm proud of myself.
Yeah, man. It was great. Is that a Goodfellas shirt?
Oh no, Paulie.
Oh, Paul. Oh.
Paulie from Rocky.
Right. Oh, yeah.
There you go.
I haven't seen the Rocky movies.
Was that
What?
I thought it was Paulie from Goodfellas, but
close?
yeah.
Close.
That's not Paulie.
Classic Fight Shop.
Yeah. Nice.
There you
got
go.
that? Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There you go.
That's it. I'm a big supporter as well. I love those guys.
Okay.
All right, guys. Well, listen, that brings us to the end. Episode 132. Make sure you check out the back catalog. Check out the website, www.shadowpodcast.com. Make sure you get your shirt. Follow Quinn on Instagram where?
Quinn Wasylak or Quinn_Wasylak. Instagram.
Beauty. Deval?
Just Deval BG. Deval Bravo Golf.
There you go. Awesome. Let's keep these guys going. Keep being behind these guys. New champions and well-deserved guys. Like that was that wasn't a title win that you guys had as a team. That was a statement that you guys both made. That was I'm honored to be part of that night, fellas.
Thank you very much.
You bet, guys. All right, guys. On to the next one. Peace.